So okay.
So I'm not.
Yeah, you can start drawing whenever you want. But
I'm just trying to think of what the fuck, like.
yeah, don't even trip about it. Like, you don't have to be artistic or anything. But so the reason why we don't have you on camera is because we want to keep this anonymous.
No, I feel it. Yeah, I don't know how to go about drawing how others perceive me or how I perceive myself. I could doodle and just draw random things, but as far as connecting it to,
go ahead and doodle.
Okay, that makes it much easier. All right, I'll just do that.
Add a happy face in there somewhere, and we'll say it's you.
We'll do that.
Okay, so with that anonymity though, make sure you don't say your name, and then make sure you don't say anybody else's name.
All right.
All right, sure. Okay, so what kind of drugs have you done in the past?
The first thing I did was smoke pot.
Mm-hmm.
I drank. I went to the Summer of Love reunion in San Francisco in 6th or 7th grade.
Wow.
I did shrooms for the first time. I don't remember if it was 6th or 7th grade actually. A drug of choice would definitely be opiates of any kind.
Of any kind, or?
Pretty much. I have not done heroin, or opium, but I have done my fair share of prescription painkillers, like OxyContin, especially.
And so you say that's your drug of choice. What makes it your drug of choice? Like, why do you enjoy OxyContin more than any other thing?
I'm ADHD, and I'm prescribed Adderall. I take that almost every day now. But whereas that focuses me and helps me do work, it changes my personality, and it gets me all dorked out and cracked out and whatnot. It's not a very good feeling. Opiates definitely bring me down. I feel much more mellow. Nice. I can think about one thing rather than having all the static going on in my head. It's normal. Think about one thing while relaxing. It's very euphoric. It's nice. I've tried ecstasy. I've done Molly. I did peyote once. That was quite the experience. I've done acid a few times. I've done mushrooms most of all psychedelics though.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to be too loud? I don't want to tell.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be fine.
How are you using the audio?
We're gonna splice it up, and we're gonna we've done.
The video can only be 5 minutes long, and each interview so far has taken about 12 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna splice it all up, and
I was just wondering. Yeah.
And it'll be like one big interview. It'll take 5 minutes. Okay, so I mean, having said all of that, Adderall.
I did DMT. Yeah.
Oh, DMT. Okay. Isn't that super expensive? It's not
It depends who you're getting it from. I've tried salvia too. That's whatever.
So I've been listening to what you said, and Adderall focuses you, but it kind of gets you twitchy, right? And so
it changes my personality. I don't like it so much as where with almost all opiates. As long as you take enough, it's very relaxing and euphoric, and it's.
So if you had to, in the same way that this pencil is a tool to write, what is opiates as a tool for you? What do you
escape?
Escape.
Not so much from things going on in my life. I don't have the most stressful life, but definitely ADHD. If I'm not taking anything, sometimes more than others, I need to do something. Otherwise, I'm just going crazy. The static is I'm constantly having crazy. I cannot stop thinking about the most random things, 10,000 things. So it helps me just get all that out and just relax, fall back, and just feel good. Not really have to think.
Okay. So you use opiates as a personal tool. Are there any drugs that you use that you think are more social? Like drinking. That's usually a social one.
Yeah, I guess I drink for more social reasons than opiates. Opiates is definitely not a social drug. When I was taking them, I took them every day for quite a while, which is sort of bad. But it had for no reason. That was not for anybody but me, and that was not for me talking to anybody. And when I was taking them, I wasn't really wanting to talk to anybody. So
Is that why you say it was bad? Like, I don't know, why did
it's bad because I was going through like 4 OC80s a day for about a year, and that's not very healthy. And going through withdrawal was not very fun at all. It's definitely helped me become much more mature and figure out my limits and find how much I should be taking on a daily basis, not overdoing it.
Do you think you could have reached the same level of consciousness of drug use, or like without having overdone it like you did?
I'm sure I would have figured it out eventually. I think it helped me figure it out much sooner than I would have otherwise.
Okay, yeah. So if this is your like personal drug, and alcohol is a more social drug, do you ever find that there are drugs that you just want to use with significant others, just like one specific other person or something like that?
I don't really smoke much pot anymore. That definitely used to be what I would want to do with people. But now definitely just drinking. Not excessively so much as just like getting a pretty decent buzz going. It helps me relax and be more social, and it would be drinking now.
Okay, so like, but you make the distinction between buzzed and drunk. Like, how does getting like completely drunk affect you socially as opposed to just getting buzzed?
I definitely aren't as social when I get very drunk, but it's much more. It's more towards the opiate ends of things, where it's just more relaxing and escaping from what's usually going on in my head.
All right. Is there anything that you want to talk about in particular? Anything you have to say about anything?
No.
No.
You don't have any like questions written down? Specific questions?
Who are you?
No. Not saying your name. Not saying your name.
No, I realize that. I don't know how to go back
Say,
to that
I
question.
am something about yourself.
Pretty big question, actually.
Yeah, that's partially big.
Just say one thing about yourself, one defining thing.
One thing about myself.
Yes, I am blank.
Man, you just dropped the bomb, man. I was not prepared for this going into this interview for that question. I don't know. I tend not to think about that. I'm not a very reflective person. I tend to stray away from reflection. In fact, it's one of the big reasons why I do take a lot of drugs, so I don't have to be very reflective. I don't know if that helps answer that question or not.
Like, I am a rock climber or something like that. To like end it all.
Well, actually, I want to ask you about that. What you just said. You said that like one of the reasons that you take the drugs that you do is
to avoid self-reflection.
Like, but why is that? Like, are you afraid of what you'll see, or?
I'm not so much afraid of what I'll see as I just don't want to have to think about it. I guess that also gets at me just not wanting to think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've not had very many traumatic experiences that haunt me or anything. But there are certainly a few things that I don't like to think about. I don't know. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you have any more questions? If
What have other people said to that question? Just out of
you're the
curiosity.
first one that we asked that to.
Okay.
If you got into a relationship with someone, you are in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship, yeah.
Okay, so
that actually has helped me a lot with not taking so much crap. I really have enjoyed my relationship with my girlfriend's name is Hannah. And being with her has definitely helped me not she doesn't really do any drugs at all. She drinks, but not excessively. And I could definitely be with her. We're very different people. We're polar opposites almost. Did you say, Luca? Yeah. And when I'm with her, I don't feel like I have to do that. So
That's an interesting feeling, and I'd like to explore that. What do you think about her makes you feel that you don't have to partake in, you know, the kind of drugs?
She just makes me happy. I don't have to think. I'm not really having the same kind of crazy thoughts that I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's hard for me to answer these questions because I tend not to think about stuff like that much,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is not a very good trait, I know.
Did she ask, like, when you guys got together, did she ask you to stop, or
No,
is it
absolutely not. She
completely-
doesn't care at all. I can do whatever I want. She's not worried about any kind of stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I just don't feel the need to, and I don't want to because I'm sure it would make her feel uncomfortable. Especially, I definitely never do anything other than drink when I'm with her, because I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable, and because I just don't feel like I want to or need to.
In the reverse, if she came to you and like asked you, like
If she wanted me to stop taking anything.
no, if she wanted to start doing something, like if let's say she wanted to, you know, roll on E or drop some acid or
God.
like, what would your response be?
I can't picture her saying anything like that. Shit, man. You mean would I like want to do anything like that with her? I definitely wouldn't. I'd want her to do. If she wanted to try like mushrooms or something, I'd be willing to try them with her. I wouldn't want her to just go try with some sketchy guys who she doesn't know. But she would never do that, so it's hard for me to say.
Sure. Is there a particular reason why mushrooms would be okay and something else wouldn't? Like,
I'm not a big fan of ecstasy at all. I
Mhm.
tried it and it's lame. I feel like it's not really. It's just like pure euphoria. There's no mental challenge or anything. There's nothing really going on other than
yeah.
feeling really good. It's just definitely not my drug of choice. But it's not that it wouldn't be okay. I would definitely strongly advise her not to do them. If she was interested in mushrooms, I would help her do that, and I'd do them with her. But again, there's no way she would be. So,
Mhm. It's interesting that you say that ecstasy just isn't your drug of choice. Like, it's kind of like there's no mental thing going on. It's just pure happiness, like
pure euphoria, and it also feels very gross from all the nasty speed that they put into it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Molly doesn't have that, but it's still like synthetic and a gross feeling to me. I don't even really like acid much because of the same feeling. It's sort of speedy. Not my cup of tea.
All right. That was good. I like that one. Is there anything else that you want to say? Just last quick wrap up thing.
This is just about my drug use.
Could be about anything.
I probably missed a few drugs. But no, not really.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
All right.